and there's going to be lots of bigger English words in there for you to add to your vocabulary. Exactly, and it would be good business English if that's what you want to learn.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think you can buy that magazine and you can go through it and make some notes of the new words in there, and then you'll see them again and again each week, the newer words that you're going to be studying, and you'll get to remember them because they come up again and again. I think that's a really smart idea, Harshit.
Yeah. And I have decided that I should uh, I should work uh, for in English due to magazine or journal written in English. Uh, I decided that I should work every day uh, in 2 hours, and uh, I will do that every day, and I will uh, work for English, for vocabulary with a magazine, and I will read, and sometimes I will written every day in 2 hours. I have decided that.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea, Harshit.
Yeah.
And I believe that when you're learning another language, um, maybe only for beginners, but especially advanced level, you should not be translating. You shouldn't think try and understand it in Turkish. You should try and understand it only in English, right? Um, like if I give you a sentence like if you had $1 million, what would you do? Okay. This is something like you shouldn't try and translate this grammar to Turkish, but if you're just studying vocabulary words, then for me that's okay. If you have one word, like when I'm teaching, I could spend 20 minutes trying to teach the students a word like eggplant in English, but it's easier just to say, patlıcan, translate it to Turkish, and not waste so much time because you don't need to understand nouns in English. The noun is the same in English as Turkish. So when you're doing this and you're translating words, for me that's okay. I think you shouldn't translate grammar to Turkish, but I think just one noun, that's that's good. So you can write notes, in your Economist, right? Oh, this word is this one in Turkish, this word is this one, and then read it and try and remember the words, and then when you get the next one, you can write some notes in it. And I think that's good. When you write something down, you remember it better too.
Yeah. Before I have decided that working with newspaper or journal, uh, and I also decided that I should work in dictionary, and day I open our Oxford dictionary, and I worked. I should work. Uh, uh, I should. I have decided that. Firstly, I decided that I should work by dictionary. But I have I when I trying tried that, it was very tough, and it was very forced, because the dictionary is I have decided also that Oxford dictionary should be finished by me, but it would be very tough for me.
Very boring, right? Reading.
Yeah, and very boring. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no, I think you have a very good idea. Reading The Economist, that's a very good idea.
yeah.
Yildiray, how are you? Welcome.
Fine. How are you, Jody?
Very good, very good. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Last weekend, I had no students come.
Yes. Where is my friends?
Yeah. How is Ramadan?
Ramadan is good at now because the weather is rainy and we don't thirsty. So it is good for us this year.
Very good. And how is your life, Yildiray? Everything is good? Everything
But
everything is good in your life?
yes, everything is good. But the last time my uncle is ill and I had to go another city to visit him. So I didn't hear. Maybe you know from Gülcan teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, Guljan told me one of the students had a problem like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Yildiray. Is your uncle okay?
Yes,
Oh, that's
it is good.
well. I hope your uncle gets well soon. Geçmiş olsun to your uncle. Okay. We were just gonna start reading now. So maybe we'll
Okay.
do.
Which
it?
which topic? Which topic we are talking?
I think it's Visit to San Francisco Part 2.
Yeah,
Is that what you remember, Rashid?
yeah. We last lessons we read part 1 of San Francisco visiting.
Yeah, okay. It's Part 2. Sometimes when it's a long time, I can forget because I read these all before, so I don't know if it's a new one or an old one. All right. Yildiray, we have Visit to San Francisco Part 2. We'll start that one.
Okay.
Okay. And
I am Joe.
you're Joe? Okay. Then Hershit, you can be Kristen.
Yeah. It was very long being me for Kristen.
So what else do you think stood out its cat's mind
Well,
from her visit?
for me, it was really fun taking her around to all my favorite bars, and she's always up for a drink. Oh, something else that just made me think. She really enjoyed all the ethnic restaurants.
Oh yeah, there is great variety here.
Yeah, we could eat something different every night, and also you can get ethnic food back east. They are chains. They are not the mom and pops that we have here.
Yeah, I had much rather go to an abandoned restaurant. I mean, there is so much more. They are so much more authentic, and they have so much more character when the people are actually from the area, which the restaurant is, pro serving food from.
Yeah, and I would just rather support a family than some big company.
Okay, let's stop there. All right, so in Visit to San Francisco, Part 1, they were talking about their friend Katie here, who came to visit them. And they talked about this Bay to Breakers, this crazy race into the ocean wearing costumes. So yeah, they're talking about their friend Katie, who came to visit. Right now, what they're talking about is small restaurants that just have one location. Right? Maybe next to your house there is, Mehmet Doner. There's only the one store like that. It's not many, like McDonald's or Aspava. There's many Aspavas, right? This is just one. So smaller restaurants with only one store. Okay, Joe starts. So what else do you think stood out in Katie's mind? I think we may have talked about this before, but Yildiray, what does this mean, standing out in someone's mind? If something stands out. Yildiray.
I think what else? I think Cat is thinking at now. What is the cat think at now? This 2000 meaning. I suppose.
Good. Yeah, exactly. It's the one thing that stands out in your mind. It's like your strongest memory. I went to Ankara. I visited many different places, but my strongest memory is Anıtkabir. I always remember Anıtkabir, so that's the one that stands out in my mind. For example, I saw many things, but this is the strongest one, or the strongest ones. Kristen says, well, and Joe says, from her visit. So Joe meant to say, what else do you think stood out in Katie's mind from her visit, from this trip? Okay. Kristen continues, for me, it was really fun taking her around to all my favorite bars. And she's always up for a drink. What is what does Kristen mean? Katie is always up for a drink.
Maybe can you repeat, please?
What does Kristen mean when she says Katie is always up for a drink?
Usually, actually, I don't understand very well for this sentence, and I don't know.
Okay. Do you know up for? Like I'm up for something?
Up for, no.
No. Okay. Yildiray, do you know?
I think want to do something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Always up. Always ready.
Always ready. Good. Yeah, Yildiray. Yeah. They're saying like if they ask Katie, oh, do you want to go have a drink? She always says yes. She always wants to. She's always ready to. She always likes this, agrees to this idea. Yeah, exactly. Kristen continues. Something else that just made me think. She really enjoyed all the ethnic restaurants, So, Harshit, do you know this word ethnic?
Yeah. Maybe the Greece restaurant, maybe the Turk restaurant, like that.
Yeah, exactly. From different countries.
Yeah, different countries, and
So yeah,
culture, cultural or traditional foods
yeah,
about
exactly.
some countries.
Yeah, usually you think it's very traditional food from another country. So yeah, McDonald's is not from Turkey; it's from the U.S. But you wouldn't call it ethnic food. It's not really ethnic food.
Yeah,
Good.
we know.
So Kristen is saying that Katie, their friend, really liked the ethnic restaurants in San Francisco. The restaurants from different countries, and San Francisco is like Vancouver in Canada, I think. There's many people from different countries there in Vancouver, especially from East Asia, like China, Japan, maybe India too. Many people in Vancouver and San Francisco came across the ocean from these countries. So there's many different cultures in these cities. Yeah, Joe says, "Oh yeah, there's great variety here." Okay, Yildiray, what does this mean, variety?
Variety, different tips. Uh, uh,
Different types.
very
Yeah.
a lot of things together in the area, same area.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah. If there's a good variety, there's many choices. I can
Yes.
many different types. Yildiray is right. Exactly. Um, if I go, there's two stores for ice cream. One has 3 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. The other one has 60 flavors. Then the other one has more variety. I can choose more types. Good. Kristen continues. Yeah, we could eat something different every night. And although you can get ethnic food back east, they're chains, you know? They're not the mom and pops that we have here. Okay. So Kristen says, yeah, we could eat something different every night. And although you can get ethnic food back east, okay, so San Francisco's on the west coast, and Katie is from a different city. I don't know if we know where, but of course, it's east of there. So they're saying in Katie's city, she can buy ethnic food. She can, but they are chain restaurants. They're chains in Katie's the city Katie is from. They have chains. So what does she mean by chains?
There are chains. There are chains. I think I know what's the meaning of chains, but how I can explain? The chains are, I think, the mini uh, I think every part or some part of restaurants uh, has got very many shopping restaurants and some part of center or some part of the other center like that. I
Good, exactly. Yeah, we know a chain is it's like a metal rope, right? chain. It has this one and this one and again and again. So yeah, you think of something like McDonald's, the whole chain, the whole row all together. That's the name McDonald's restaurant. But McDonald's is made of many tiny pieces. There's a McDonald's here, there's a McDonald's there. So that's, you think the chain has many little links. So restaurants that have, or not just restaurants, Decathlon is a chain. Yeah, any kind of a store or a business that has many locations.
Yeah.
I think Espava is a chain in Ankara, like that. So if there's only one, it's not a chain. If there's only one store, it's not a chain. Okay, and then Kristen continues. They're not the mom and pops that we have here. Okay. So Yildiray, what does she mean by mom and pops, or a mom and pop store? We can say.
Mom and pop store is different from chain supermarkets. I think only a family manage the supermarkets. I think old-fashioned, for example, in Turkey markets.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I think.
A mom and a pop, like a family owns the business. Exactly. Small business. One family is owning it. Probably their kids are the ones who are working there too. I think there's many businesses like this in Turkey. The little markets where you can buy chocolates and things. Okay, yeah, so that's what I mean. So they're not chains. There's only one, and it's small, and a family owns it. So. Okay, then Joe says, yeah, I'd much rather go to an independent restaurant. So, Harshit, what does he mean, an independent restaurant?
Independent restaurant. I know that what's the meaning of but independent of meaning, this meaning of like freedom, independent freedom,
Right.
but independent restaurant, what it is, I don't know, but I have only know that the independent is using for freedom.
Good. The opposite of independent, if you talk about just two people, you can say codependent, or many people interdependent. So if you're interdependent, many people need to work together. Right? Like maybe you look at a group like in the jungle in Africa, and some people they need to hunt the animals, some people need to get the water, some people need to get the plants. Everybody, they need the other people to help them. Okay? Independent means I can stand alone by myself. I don't need help from other people. I can do everything by myself. So this restaurant that stands alone by itself, we can say it's an independent restaurant. It's alone. It's the only one. It's
I
not
have
connected to other ones.
And okay, I have just understand from your sentence and from the complete sentence, an independent restaurant, I think, not having chains.
Yeah, exactly. Independent, it's like the opposite of a chain. Yeah. It's alone by itself. Good. And then Joe says, I mean, so there's much more, there's so much more authentic. Okay, this one's a bit tricky. Yildiray, What does the word authentic mean?
I think authentic is defined to not complex area. For example, the lighting and complex. It is real and not complex area. I think.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, like I can buy a watch and it says Rolex on the watch, but it's not a real Rolex. It's not an authentic watch. Yeah. And sometimes, especially in Canada and the United States, they sell Chinese food, but this is not the food they eat in China. The food they eat in China is very, very different. They say Chinese food, but it's something that tastes better to us, stuff we like to eat. So they've changed it. It's like American Chinese food. So that's not authentic Chinese food. Authentic Chinese food is the food people would eat in China. Yeah, and food from Mexico too. They do that a lot. They change it. So authentic means the real stuff.
And in Turkish, authentic is same using for authentic. We know, and we say authentic.
Oh, of course. Every time I spend so long explaining something, it's the same in Turkish.
But we use the authentic in Turkish, especially if someone go somewhere and say that what a authentic placement, what a good authentic placement, and I think someone is fascinating for their authentic atmosphere.
Oh, good. Yeah, we say that in English too. Like it was real. It wasn't just for tourists. They didn't just change it for tourists. It was real. Yeah, good. Okay. So then Joe says, and they have so much more character when the people are actually from the area, which the restaurant is, serving food from. Okay, so he was going to say providing, probably, there. Then he changed providing. That would be my guess. So yeah, it says, and they have so much more character. What does he mean? They have more. It's more interesting, It looks so different from the other places. It has tiny things that make it unique, make it different from everything else. That's what they mean by character. Your character is what makes you different. The tiny things that make you special. Yeah. They say sometimes your mom and your dad, like if you're my age in Canada, they would say, "Oh, you should, go play outside, go do this. It will build character. It will help make you into a more interesting person," kind of. So yeah, the character of a restaurant are the things in the restaurant that make it a little bit different, but your own character as a person, the little things about you that make you special and different is your character. Yeah, the things you think, the way you act, the little things about you like this is your character. There are other meanings to character, like a person or an animal in a story or a movie. That's a character. Like in The Lord of the Rings, Frodo is a character. Bilbo is a character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Character. Here it's an adjective. Yeah, and there it would be a noun. Okay.
Okay. I understand you. Okay.
Good. Awesome. Yeah. Anyways, then Kristen says, yeah, and I would just rather support a family than some big company. So, Harshit, what does Kristen mean? She would rather support a family than some big company. Support.
I think Kristen say that uh, she want to courage or support uh, from a family who has some big company.
Good. Yeah. If Harshit is in a race, Harshit's running, or maybe Harshit's playing basketball, and I come and I stand there and I say, yeah, Harshit, you can do it. You're the best. Harshit's number one. I support Harshit, right? I'm trying to make him feel stronger and help him win. So here, they're saying support. It means they're giving their money to this restaurant. They're buying food. They're giving them their money. And it's to make this restaurant, they're saying they would rather make this restaurant stronger. They have more money. They're more successful. I would rather help them make money than help McDonald's make money by going to McDonald's.
Julie, I have just understand this sentence. Is it? I think Kristen say that in this sentence, she prefer a mom and pop's restaurant or the family restaurant, not having a chain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and she's saying she would prefer to give them her money. She wants to make them stronger. Yeah, like that. Good. Okay. Well, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes now, so I think it's a good time to take a break here. So let's take 10 minutes and
Okay.
finish this one up.
Okay.
Okay.
See you. See you. See
See
you
ya.
after 10 minutes. Okay.
Really
Hi, Jory.
Hi, Harshit.
Jory, I wonder that if you going to go to Canada, your home.
Yeah, I will probably go in about a year. In 1 year.
In okay.
Yeah.
One times in a year, I think. You always come back uh, to Canada.
Oh no,
One
I
time.
didn't go to Canada for
Uh,
2.5 years now.
how many times have you been in Taiwan?
I've been in Taiwan for maybe 10 months.
10 months. And I have understand that in this period you didn't go back to Canada.
No.
Oh,
And when I
eh,
was in Turkey, I didn't go back to Canada too. So
and
I was uh, I was in Canada. I
and
think
is it first time you left from home going Taiwan? Is it first or uh, leaving from Canada? Is it the first time?
let's see. I left. I think I left Canada in 2015 in like January, and I didn't go back to Canada since then.
I think it was a very many time, a lot of time you have been in Taiwan, and I think your feeling is uh, missing your family.
Sometimes, yeah, but I'm okay. I didn't see them since 2015, so maybe next year. Next year I will go home.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And uh, I wonder also that if you are going to go sorry, I wonder that are you going to any planning visiting Ankara or Turkey? Have you any plan for this?
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to. Right now, I don't have plans, so we'll see. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to go to Turkey. So,
I think your girlfriend. Sometimes we saw her in the screen helping you sometimes,
yeah,
and I think she is your girlfriend, and she's from Turkey, uh, and maybe your wedding is will be in Turkey.
yeah. We'll have to go back to Turkey soon. It's a little bit difficult right now to go back. But yeah,
And I hope that maybe we are maybe we will uh, we will meet in one day in Turkey maybe or any country.
yeah. I would like that. That would be nice. I hope so. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Good. So why don't we go back to the conversation then?
Okay.
And we can switch this time. So Hershit, you can be Joe, and Yodira, you can be Kristen.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm starting. Totally, yeah. Like Babub. That's a great example, you know. Yeah, we went there on one night. She loved. Sorry, why I am reading? Okay,
But yeah, we went there one night. She loved it.
but you know the people who work there and it are from. You know the foods eat Senegals and all the people who work there are from West Africa. They dress, in clothes that are customarily worn by people in those regions. You look on the wall, you see all these artwork that was painted there.
Yeah,
I love it. And then plus, my gosh, what about those coconut infused room drinks there?
oh, that's my favorite.
Oh man,
That's why I like to go there just for those drinks.
those things melt in your mouth.
I know.
Good. All right, let's stop there. Okay. So Joe starts totally. Yeah, like I think this is pronounced Baobab. Baobab.
Baobab.
Yeah. What is Baobab? Yildiray, what do you think it is? Baobab.
We talked about restaurants and shopping before. I guess Baobab, a type of restaurant or its name.
Good. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Yildiray. And they're talking about the food at the restaurant afterwards. Yeah. Baobab, the name of this restaurant, is actually a type of tree. I'm pretty sure. Baobab. You can look at images if you want. They're a tree. You've probably seen pictures of this tree. Let me just make sure I'm right here. Uh, yeah, they're these famous trees from Africa. They're often quite fat at the bottom, and they have a bunch of small branches at the tops. And these trees are actually really important, I think, in uh, many religions in Africa. And they're often hollow. They're really cool looking trees, actually, if you look at them. So yeah, the name of this restaurant is a type of tree, which I think is pronounced baobab, African word, and that's what we're talking about. Joe says that's a great example, and Kristen says, yeah, we went there one night. She loved it. Okay. Oh, they took Katie, I guess, to this baobab restaurant, and she really liked it. But the people who work there and own it are from, the food's East Senegalese. Okay. Senegal is a country in Africa, Senegal. So yeah, the people are from this country. And all the people who work there are from West Africa. So maybe they're not all from the right country, but they're all from the right area, the right region. They dress, in clothes that are, customarily worn by people in those regions. Okay, so they dress in traditional clothes, basically. She said. For that, the region. Okay, the word region is a bit strange. A region is just an area with something connecting it, like a mountain region. It's all mountains in this area, or a desert region, something like this. So yeah, it's not. It doesn't mean a country. It doesn't mean a city. It's an area. You could say a cultural region, like Kurdish region is in Iraq and Syria and Turkey, too. Something connects all these places. Anyways, yeah. So She's talking about this part of Africa where the food is the same as this restaurant and where the clothes are the same as this restaurant. So it's kind of an area with a close culture. That's what she means. Then Joe says, you look on the wall, you see all this artwork that was painted there. Yep. You know, I love it. And then plus, my gosh, what about those coconut infused rum drinks there? Okay. So we know rum and we know coconut. It would be a drink with rum, and it has some kind of coconut flavor in it. So probably like in a bottle, very strong coconut flavor that they put in the rum. Yeah, infused. Infused is like it's put in. They put it into it. They put the coconut flavor into the rum. Kristen, oh, that's my favorite. Joe, oh man, Kristen, that's why I like to go there for those drinks. Those things melt in your mouth. Okay, Yildiray, what does she mean they melt in your mouth?
I think it tastes very good, and the Turkish says ağzının suyu akmak.
Okay, good. Thank you, Yildiray. Yeah. It's more common to use this phrase, melt in your mouth, for food than for drinks. Like maybe I'm eating steak. I say, oh, that steak melts in your mouth, you know? The steak is so soft and tender and nice. It almost just turns into a liquid. I don't even have to chew it, you know? Like, it means it's really good. Really, really tasty. And then Kristen says, I know. Okay, I think we're good up to there. So Yildiray, you can be Joe again, and Harshit, you can be Kristen. Just flip flop, flip flop. So Yildiray, you can start.
Starting with I would.
I would love to have to recite for that.
You know, they have such great music too. They really get good bands in there.
Yeah, my gosh, there was this one guy that we saw perform there, and I don't know what his name is, but he was playing his instrument that was native to Africa, and I had never seen it before. But the sounds that were coming out of it just blew me away.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You know, we definitely crammed a lot in that week, but we still there is so much we didn't get to do. I mean, she says she wants to come back. In fact, she's trying to talk two of my friends into coming back with her next year. So we could do those things that she didn't get to do when they all come back. But I like we went to Chinatown. We went to North Beach. We did that in one day, but we just didn't.
yeah, there is a lot to see there.
Good. Okay, let's stop
Okay.
there. So Joe says, I would love to have the recipe for that. So we say it, recipe. And recipe is, actually, Yildiray, what is a recipe?
And I think recipe like salt or pepper put the meals change their taste. I recipe.
Oh, okay, that's spices. Spices. Or,
Sorry. I don't know. Like,
Okay. Harshit, do you know what a recipe is?
I have only about this vocabulary. I think this is when maybe a food recipe. I think
Yeah.
maybe it is normally using for once foods tariff. I think.
Yeah, exactly. You have a recipe, it tells you how to make food. It says, okay, I
About,
need four potatoes, a carrot, and 3 onions. And then number one, you cut them like this, and you put them in the
yeah,
pan, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
and
So,
telling about a preparation of one foods or a foods
yeah,
for
exactly.
yeah. And
Oh yeah, we don't
how do you
we don't
how
say
do you
home food like anayameke or whatever. No, it's like
okay,
homemade in English.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it's okay, I think.
yeah, good. Here they're talking about a recipe for these drinks. How do they make the rum and the coconut drink? So, which things do we mix together and how much? Like this. Yeah. And Kristen says, they have such great music too. They really get good bands in them. Okay, so that's okay. This restaurant has good food, good drinks, and good music. Note says, yeah, my gosh. There was this one guy that we saw perform there, and I don't know what his name is, but he was playing this instrument that was native to Africa. Okay, Yildiray, what does Joe mean it was native to Africa?
Native to he playing from Africa music.
Good, yeah, an African instrument. So,
So yes,
yeah, this instrument is something that's from Africa. Some special instrument from Africa, he said. And then he says, and I had never seen it before, but the sounds that were coming out of it just blew me away. Harshit, what does Joe mean that the sounds blew him away? Blew me away.
I think you is trying that she listening one native instrument of Africa, and I think she's trying to tell that it sounds bad for her.
Oh,
This
it
and
sounded bad.
yeah,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
I think coming out of it just blew me away. I think Joe don't like these instrument sounds.
Okay, that makes
Maybe
sense.
she it's annoyed her.
It made him go away, you mean, right? It blew him away. It made him leave the restaurant. Okay, that's a good guess. Actually, Yildiray, what do you think it means? Blew me away.
believe me away. I think Joe enjoyed the music and thinking take him and go other place.
Yeah, if you're blown away, like you're very amazed, you're
Yes,
very
yes,
interested,
me.
you're impressed. Actually, it's funny that the meaning is the opposite. I'm very
Uh,
amazed and blown away.
I,
So
I,
really
I,
like,
I have just see I had very bad guess. I think.
oh, it's okay. Yeah, your guess is it makes sense. I can understand why you made that guess. Good. And then Kristen says, oh, wow. Joe says, yeah, Kristen, we definitely crammed a lot in that week. Okay. So we've talked about this or something similar before. Harshit, what does Kristen mean crammed a lot in? Like cramming in a lot.
I think they get their times very fully.
Good, yeah. We do many things in a short amount of time. Like we were saying, right? Yeah.
And doing a lot of things.
Good, exactly. Then Kristen says, we definitely crammed a lot in that week, but there's so much we didn't get to do. I mean, she says she wants to come back. In fact, she's trying to talk two of my friends into coming back with her next year. So we could do those things that she didn't get to do when they all come back. Okay, so not too complicated. Katie got to do many things. They did many things in this time, but there's still many more things she wants to do, but there wasn't enough time. So Katie is planning to come again with her friends and see the rest of the things in San Francisco that she couldn't see. Okay, then she goes on, but we went to Chinatown, we went to North Beach, we did that in one day. Okay, but we just didn't. Yeah, there's a lot to see. Okay, so North Beach, we see a big N and a big B. So this is a proper name. It's an area in San Francisco. The name is North Beach. So she's not saying we went to a beach in the north. This is the name of the area. We can see that. What is a Chinatown? Yildiray, what is Chinatown?
Chinatown? I don't know, but I guess it's name of area in San Francisco.
Okay. What would you guess is in this area?
Yani it's symbol of China country and show culture of Chinese people, food or music. I guess.
Yeah, this is common in North America. Like Canada, we have many Chinatowns too. Because in Canada, almost everybody is coming from another country. And many people that come from China, they find one area in the city and they all live in this area. So there's one area in my city, Edmonton, and there's many, many Chinese people living there. Like almost everybody in this area is from China. And so there's many Chinese restaurants, there's many Chinese shops.
Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese food. People from the rest of the city, they come to this area. It's almost like a little vacation. You could pretend you're in China, So they set up this area in town that's very concentrated, lots of Chinese culture, lots of Chinese people living there. There's also an area called Little Italy. Some of them have that, where many Italian people are living together, and there's lots of Italian restaurants and Italian things. They do this too. Little Italy, we have that. So yeah, Chinatown. And you can hear names like this. Oh, it's Little Korea, or some places they'll say stuff like that. That's the same thing. Many people from one country creating an area in the city that's similar to their old country. Good, so that's what a Chinatown is. Harshit, do you have a Chinatown in Ankara? Do you have something like this?
Yeah, there are some Chinese restaurants in Turkey, especially center of uh, manufacturing or not manufacturing, buying center. Uh, and I know a Chinese restaurant, Quick China restaurant.
Right.
Uh, Quick China, maybe it's a chain, maybe in the world, but I don't know very well. I have noticed that there are some Chinese restaurants, but I only know for them, and it is Quick China. But haven't been in any Chinese restaurant like Quick China. But
Okay.
there are some restaurants of Chinese.
Yeah. In Turkey, Chinese food is very expensive, I think.
I don't know very well.
But yeah, is there an area in Ankara with many Chinese restaurants, many Chinese stores all together? Yildiray?
I don't know Chinese restaurants, but I show, for example, Bilkent or Çay Yolu, if you know Ankara. This place have a lot of Chinese restaurants, but I haven't been in there before. So I didn't wonder Chinese food.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Yildiray. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Anyways, in North America, there's these big areas, many Chinese restaurants, Chinese businesses all together, and that's what Chinatown is. Yeah, I think in Ankara you don't have this. I never heard about this or saw it in Ankara, but they're common in North America, and the biggest one in the world, I think, is in San Francisco, this city. They have a very big Chinatown.
Do you love their foods?
Chinese food?
Do you love?
I like it in Canada more than here. I don't like the authentic Chinese food as much, actually.
I have just remembered that one day in Ankara, I went a quick Chinese restaurant in buying center, and I had uh, I had sorry, I ate a soup of Chinese. It was very interesting and it was delicious, I think.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah. The food in this country in Taiwan, they make it to everything is sweet. Everything is a little bit sweet. You know, it's not like in Turkey. You know, you have tuzla or tatlı, right? It's always like sweet or salty. Here they mix it. You know, it's a little bit sweet and a little bit salty. So I don't like it too much because of that. But the Chinese food in Ankara, I think, and in Canada, it's good. I like it. The fake Chinese food. All right. So how about Yildiray? You can be Kristen now, and Hershit, you can be Joe. And we'll keep going.
I will start.
Yeah.
There is a lot of tea, and we just kind of freeze it in and freeze it out. So she would probably definitely want to go back to Chinatown. We didn't make it to Japantown at all. You know, you and I live here in the museum. So she got to experience the museum. You know, see a good bit of the museum, I should say, but
Yeah, we didn't even take her to the height. She didn't get to see all the hippies and stuff. No, okay.
no, we know we did.
Oh, I wasn't with you guys. That's right. You guys went one afternoon.
No, we went for lunch one day. Remember, your friend Stan was in town too.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I do remember. Yeah, okay, yep, yeah, okay, good. So she did get to go to the height.
Yeah,
You know what I will tell that I really enjoyed doing when she was here was going up to Sonama. I mean, I felt like
yeah, that was a perfect way to top up her trip. That was the last day she was here.
if you like veneers, I don't know how you couldn't like a trip like that.
I know.
The other thing that was great is this time when we went to Sonoma, we went to some really small veneers, and I just felt like then were so much more accommodating and welcoming when you went there. I mean, they like some of them certain snacks even, but most of them had like free tastings. Whereas when we go to those larger wineries, you just don't get that sort of they are just not as friendly, and
Yeah,
it seems like they don't go out of their way to try and make you feel welcome.
right. Yeah, I agree.
Good. Okay. Now we're done. So back up where we started. Kristen, there's a lot to see, and we just kind of breezed in and breezed out. Okay.
Mhm.
Yildiray, what does Kristen mean, breezed in and breezed out? What do you think?
Uh, uh, he showed little time and quickly. I think like wines. Uh, uh, he showed and appearance.
Good.
Very
Yeah.
short time.
Yeah, exactly. What is a breeze? Do you know breeze? Yildiray, the word? B-R-E-E-Z-E. Breeze.
With, uh, with like wines.
Oh, wind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. A breeze is, yeah, a gentle wind.
A
Like a
kind of.
soft wind. Not a very heavy wind, just a soft wind. In the summer, it's so nice, the breeze. Yeah. So
Apart, apart from name, in Turkey, apart from name, we are using car breeze.
good, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So breezed in and breezed out. Kristen is saying they move through like the breeze, like the wind, very quickly. They don't stop and look too much. They just kind of blow through like a wind. Yeah. Good. And then she says, so she'd probably definitely want to go back to Chinatown. We didn't make it to Japantown at all. Okay. So Japantown, exactly like I was saying about Chinatown, but it's Japan now. All the Japanese people live in this area, Japanese restaurants, Japanese stores, all together inside the city, San Francisco. Okay. You and I live here in the Mission. Okay. Again, the Mission, this is just an area in San Francisco, like Chayolu or Dikmen or college. Yeah, the mission. So she got to experience the mission, you know, see a good bit of the mission, I should say. Kurshit, what does Kristen mean? A good bit, like a lot or a little? What do you think?
A good bit of the mission. I think. I think Kristen is trying to say that her friend have been in mission and she know she know that the mission and she has been in the mission one day.
Yeah, but when she says a good bit, does that mean a lot or a little?
A good bit, a little.
It's another one of these tricky ones. If I say just a bit, that means a little, but yeah, a good bit, it actually flips around and it means a lot. Again, yeah.
Jory, I didn't understand the mission and meaning. Can you explain?
The mission,
Yes.
the mission is just an area in San Francisco. Like the mission in San Francisco is like Chayolu in Ankara, or Dikmen in Ankara, or College
Okay.
in Ankara. It's one area inside the city. Yeah. And this one we have next, the height. That's the same. So yeah, a good bit, that means a lot. Or quite a bit, that means a lot. Sometimes we put these words in front and it changes it completely to the opposite. Good. Then Joe says, yeah, we didn't even take her to the height. And again, this is like the mission, the height. This is another area in San Francisco,
Okay.
like Kismarai or College. Yeah. She didn't get to see all the hippies and stuff. Okay, so we talked about hippies, very liberal, long hair, colorful clothes people. Kristen says, no, we know we did. Joe, oh, I wasn't with you guys. That's right. You guys went one afternoon. Kristen, no, we went for lunch one day. Remember? Me, you, your friend Dan was in town too. Oh, yeah. Okay, I do remember. Yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, okay. Good. So she did get to go to the height. Okay, none of this is too important, I think. Kristen, yeah. Joe. So, you know, what I would have, that I really enjoyed doing was, when she was here, was going up to Sonoma. Okay. Now, Sonoma is an area, but it's not inside of San Francisco. Sonoma is an area like of farmland, kind of outside of San Francisco. So it's not in the city. It's open, like farming area. Okay. Yeah, I can't think of an example. I heard you. But Sonoma is not the same as the height or the mission. Those are parts of the city. Sonoma is an area outside of the city. And Kristen, yeah, that was a perfect way to top off her trip. That was the last day she was here. Okay, so Yildiray, what does Kristen mean to top off?
I think finish the her trip.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um, you top it off. It's like one extra nice thing at the end. Yeah, when you have maybe you have dessert, right? And you have some cake, and you have ice cream on top of the cake, and then I put one red cherry right on the top. That the one extra nice thing. The whole dessert is so nice, and just the one extra nice thing, the cherry on the top. And that's an expression too, the cherry on top. It means the same. So she did many nice things, and then she got the one extra nice thing at the end to go to Sonoma. So we often use these sarcastically, like I had many bad things, and there was one extra bad thing at the end. You know, I was driving to work, and I forgot my work shirt, and my car had problems, and to top it off, it started raining. One extra bad thing. Or here, there was many good things, and it was one extra good thing at the end. Okay. So yeah, that was a perfect way to top off her trip. That was the last day she was here. Joe. Yeah, I mean, if you like wineries, what are wineries?
A wine house. It's a place where wine produced in there.
Produced. Yeah, produced, made. Good. If you like wineries, I don't know how you couldn't like a trip like that. Good. Another name for a winery is a vineyard. They mean the same. Vineyard. 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 So this Sonoma is an area close to San Francisco that is famous for wineries or vineyards. Another one, maybe you know, Napa Valley is very famous in California for wineries. California is famous for wine, actually.
Usually, you know, wine is waited by people in the cave where there is no sunshine. A wine house is it using for this meaning?
Sorry, can you say it again?
You know, wine is waited in the cave people
Cave people.
because of getting valuable for their testing. Uh, and
I'm not sure.
wine house is uh, does it use for this meaning?
I'm not sure. Most people keep wine in.
Jury, you know, do you know that a wine is waited in a cave, waited in a cave, uh, cave. Sorry, uh, sorry. You and I know that uh, a wine,
Tartary.
uh, a wine is getting valuable tasty for their uh, producing time. If
Right.
their producing time is very late or very before, it's tasting very delicious, you know.
Yeah.
And a wine house uh, does it using for this meaning because some because a wine is rated by people in a uh, place where the sun uh, getting not.
Yeah, I don't know, Hershit. I mean,
Okay.
maybe some of the wineries they keep the wine for 20 years, some of the wine to sell it, so it's worth more money, and
Mhm.
maybe they sell some wine very quickly. I don't know too much about that. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure much about wineries. Where I'm from, it's too cold for wineries.
Do you know cellar? Do you know
Cellar, yeah.
cellar? Cellar, yeah. I want to try that. A wine house is a cellar.
I think a wine house they would have a cellar. A winery they grow grapes. They have a field. They're growing the grapes, and they take all the grapes and they make the wine, and they keep the wine in wooden barrels in a cellar. Yeah, and then they sell the wine after.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because I have understood that producing something we produce partly, but the seller or seller house, I think, and I wonder that if if the wine house is using with same meaning of seller, but we don't know. I think about.
I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Um, yeah. Then Kristen says, "I know," and Joe says, "The other thing that was great is this time when we went to Sonoma, we went to some really small wineries, and I just felt like they were so much more accommodating and welcoming." Okay. Whose turn is it? Yildiray. What does Joe mean accommodating?
Please. They uh, they happy for seeing you and welcoming and pleased to see you. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. Welcoming and I would say hospitable. I'm a good host. I'm accommodating. You're staying with me and I'm doing many nice things for you. I'm accommodating. Good. Um, when you went there, I mean, some of them serve snacks even, but most of them had like free tastings. Whereas when we go to those larger wineries, you just don't get that sort of. They're just not as friendly. And Kristen says, "Yeah." Joe says, "It seems like they don't go out of their way to try and make you feel welcome." Yeah, I agree. So, Hershit, what does Joe mean? They don't go out of their way to make you feel welcome.
Sorry, je reviens.
Uh, just the last thing Joe says. They don't go out of their way to make you feel welcome.
I don't see Jory because I have missed you, I think.
Okay, it's the last thing Joe says. Joe's last part.
Joe, last sentence.
Yeah,
It seems like, starting, it seems like. Okay?
seems like they don't go out of their way.
Huh, okay.
What is this? What does Joe mean here? Go out of their way.
I think the previous sentence, Joe, tell about their accommodating behaving and welcoming behaving, and Joe also believe that they don't change their good behaving about people. They believe that, I think.
Good. Yeah, exactly. I like to explain. If I have a car, and Hershit or Yildiray needs. He wants me to drive him home, right? And between where we are, we're at a restaurant. Between the restaurant and my house, Yildiray's house is in the middle. So it's very easy for me. I have to drive past Yildiray's house anyways. He can just jump out of the car. For me, it's easy. It's almost the same. But if Yildiray's house is, restaurant's here, my house is here, it's really far away. It's up there. And I have to go out of my way. It's not easy for me anymore. I have to drive extra. Yeah, that's what go out of their way means. Do extra work to for the guests, right? Do so many extra things. So it's if I have to drive all this extra time, it's something more nice that I'm doing for Yildiray, right? I'm being more accommodating. I'm being more helpful because I have to make more effort now. I have to do more work. Okay, that's what go out of your way means. Make you feel welcome. To make you feel welcome. And Kristen says, right, yeah, I agree. Okay, so yeah, Joe again, he's talking about the small wineries and the big wineries, and it was the same thing with the small restaurants and the big chain restaurants, right? What they're talking about now. The small ones, they give you better treatment, and they're more accommodating. And the big ones, you're just a number to them. They're not trying as hard. So yeah, kind of the same conversation. Okay. Are there any questions?
Yeah, Jory.
Sure.
Is it true for my guess? Isn't it?
Go out of their way? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And
Yeah. It was good.
I have just understand from the George sentence. They are telling about that with welcoming and accommodation. Okay,
Yeah, exactly. Joe is saying.
and there are some good people. I think she believed that, and she saw. I think that, and she also believed that they won't change their behaving, especially accommodation or welcoming feeling or behaving.
Right.
Joe also believed that they won't change their feeling. I think their behaving. Is it true?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're not accommodating. The big ones are
Okay.
not accommodating or welcoming.
So, okay. So I am very happy for.
Yeah, you're correct. Good. Do you guys have any questions about this conversation? Yildiray, you're good? Richard, anything else?
Jury, can I say something or can I ask something about breathe in and breathe out?
Right.
We saw it the previous sentence Kristen said. I think in this sentence they want to see about everything everywhere, and for this reason they use for breathing in and breathe it out.
Good. Yeah.
Uh, actually, I don't understand what it means accurately.
Okay. Um, they were trying to do many things very in a short time, right?
Okay.
Kristen had said they crammed in a lot. So they have many things they want to show their friend in San Francisco, but their friend doesn't have much time. So they went to Chinatown, this area,
Yeah.
and She didn't get to spend much time looking at the different stores, going to the restaurants. Yeah,
Okay.
they went through.
Okay, I have just understand from you. Yeah, they wanted to look for everywhere, but they didn't do, and they also did look for not many where, I think,
Yeah,
and they wanted to do, and they also did very not many.
yeah, they didn't have much time. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay,
Okay, good.
thank you.
All right. So in this, there's no more questions. Yes. Do you have more questions?
No, thank you.
You okay? All right. In this conversation, they were talking about why it's better to go to these small businesses, the small wineries, the mom and pops restaurants. Um, why it's nice to go to them. They're more authentic. You know, they give you better treatment, better service, and it's better to support these families than these big businesses. So, why do people? What is a good thing about the chains, the big stores, the big restaurants? Why do people keep going to McDonald's and Burger King instead of going to, Mehmet Pide, instead of going to the little mom and pop stores? What is the other side? Okay. How about Yildiray? Why do people choose the big chains and not the mom and pop stores?
I think people teach the quality of service is very good from the other markets, family markets. I think. Also, very comfortable and welcomed the old-fashioned supermarket. So people prefer the chain markets like Burger Kings and McDonald's. And I think the advertisement take people to them. Maybe only this thing.
Right. Thank you, Yildiray. I think that's a good point. Harshit, what do you think? What's your opinion?
Uh, for me, actually and truly, now I don't prefer uh, uh, restaurants or fast food like Burger King or McDonald's. I don't love and I don't prefer now. But in fact, I would prefer because it was very delicious for me. But this time and now it is not true for me, and I don't love actually. And uh, if people love snack food or fast food, there are many people I think in the world, and they love snack food or fast food. Especially, we know that there are many people in USA and the other countries, maybe not Europe. I don't know very well. I think people prefer Chinese restaurants for uh, thinking about them. They are safety or healthy. Maybe they are serviced very well. Maybe it's the other thing for preferring these restaurants. And there are many. I think people count on or depend on chains restaurants because their popularity, their safety, because they believe that a chains restaurant is uh, safety, healthy, maybe their deciding is important for these topics. But I don't believe that chains restaurant is not healthy, not delicious. I don't believe that, and I always prefer that the mom and pops restaurant and independent restaurant. I am for my working. I am very sightseeing and going everywhere, especially in Turkey, and I always look for uh, authentic restaurant,
Oh, good. Yeah.
not chains restaurant. I don't love chains restaurant because people summarize. People believe that the chains restaurant is countable or safety, healthy, and they also believe that these restaurants serve them very well because their staff is wearing very well, and maybe they are very they are served very professional, and for this reason people in the world always prefer or decide to go chains restaurant.
Great. Thank you, Richard. Good. Okay. Well, I think we're out of time for today.
Okay.
It's a good place to end and finish the conversation. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Jory, for today.
Yuri,
Yeah.
when our next lesson time? At 11 o'clock.
Yeah. 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Sorry, I can't be with you next lesson.
Okay. Yeah.
So
No problem.
I have got exam. Sorry.
No problem. I know weekends are difficult. It's just for the Ramadan for everyone. We tried this time. No problem. Thank you for telling me.
Have a good time and see you next
Yeah.
lesson.
See you guys.
See you later. See you.
Bye.
Goodbye.